Hey guys, it's Sasha, and today I'm going to be doing my first ever unhaul. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books for this unhaul. So let's get started. The first books are the Kensington Chronicles by Laurie Wick. They're actually supposed to be 4 books, but I had sold one a couple months ago. And so now there's just 3 books. And I hate Laurie Wick. I believe I've read a lot of her books. So trust me when I say she's not a very good author. All of her characters are generic. Their plots are bad. Very simple. I didn't want her on my shelf, and she's taking up space. And my shelves are starting to look pretty packed. So I was like, you needs to go, so she's going. The first book in this series is The Knight and the Dove. It's set in the time of King Henry VIII, and these two are supposed to be ancestors for some of the people in these books. Are set in Victorian era. This is about a young girl who, anyway, I don't really care what these are about. I'm getting rid of them. Not sure if you care what these are about either, but this one is The Hawk and the Hawk and the Jewel, and this one is Who Brings Forth the Wind. This one was a little bit creepy to me because he knew her when she was like 11, and then they later get married when she's like 20-something. This one, I can barely remember anything about this one. So that tells you how bad / how good it was. I don't know. The next 4 books are Victorian Serenade by Lana Blackwell. Obviously these take place in the Victorian era. I believe they'll take place in England. They're all about different people. 2 of the books have the same character, mainish character, secondary character in them. The first book in this is like A River Glorious, and this is about a maid who is with her mistress trying to trap this man into marrying her, and then she's gonna kill him. The next book is Measures of Grace, and this is about the woman in the previous book who was trying to marry the man to kill him. She's now became a Christian, and she's going back to her original husband and her little daughter, but somebody is trying to kill her, I don't know, show her past. I'm not quite sure. Next book is Rules for a Crown. Jenny's a nurse for this girl with epilepsy and her father who has a dark past. She's going to help them both heal. The last book is Song of a Soul, and this is about Deborah Burke, opera singer, and something about this man, obviously. The next series is The Tales of London, which is also by Lana Blackwell. It is set in London, obviously, and these characters are all from the same family line. First book in this is Maiden of Mayfair. But yes, this is about this supposedly lower-born woman who I believe is an orphan, and she suddenly becomes the ward of an old rich woman for reasons unknown, and the woman won't tell her why, but she starts to find out some things about her mysterious past and her birth. So I believe she ends up being rich or something like that. Next book is Katherine's Heart. This is the second book in the Tales of London trilogy, and it is about a girl named Katherine who has been sheltered in an all-girls school all her life, but then she gets swept off her feet by, I believe, this man. Struggling to figure out what is infatuation, what is love, real friendship, all that good things. And I believe there's not just this man, there's also a next man in here who she ends up liking more than this one, but I'm not quite sure. The next book is Leading Lady, and the woman in this is Bethina. She is betrothed to her childhood beau, and she's employed as the wardrobe mistress at a theater. One of her distant relatives thinks that she likes him or whatever, and he tries to pursue her, and she's like, heck no, get away from me. I already have my manly love. And so he leaves. She becomes a victim in some revenge plot, I believe, by him, not quite sure. So, yes. And I'm pretty sure it all turns out great in the end, because these In these novels, it usually does. Last book and final book, that is the only book in this book haul that is not Christian fiction. And that is the Ming Storytellers by Laura Ram. This book is about 3 women, and whose lives sort of start to intertwine, like not towards the end of not more towards like the middle to the end of the book though. This was such a horrible book. I rated this like 2 stars. The greatest thing about this book is the cover. I mean, the cover is gorgeous. This is mostly centered around one girl named Ming Lee, who is an orphan and is adopted by one of the princesses in the palace. She lives there. All sorts of other things starts to happen. The blurb for this, the plot sounded amazing. The execution of this plot, not so much. The way I'm getting rid of all these books is, first I'm going to try to sell them, because there is this page online where people that live around where I live sell books and things. You know, some people buy books on there. So that's what I'm going to try to do. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to donate these to libraries, family islands, or to the pet shelter, which has a thrift store, so they can raise money for these pets. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what else you would like to see me talk about down below.